Good morning, everyone. This is Matt Tour, your annuity specialist here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. Glad you could join us here on a Thursday morning. We're going over some of the highlights in the multi-year rate guarantee annuity market. I know we're starting to see some rate adjustments, unfortunately, going down. I know the Fed just bumped rates down 25 basis points yesterday. We're starting to see that trickle down to some of our carriers. So we have seen some rate movement the last few days, and that will continue into October. Glad you could join us here on a Thursday. We have a great short presentation we'll be doing today, probably in the 20 to 25-minute range to keep everybody at work as much as I possibly can. Don't want to take up too much of your day here. We do continue to offer our new builder programs. You can qualify for some different incentives based on production your first 180 days of being licensed through IMS. We have levels anywhere between 100,000 up to $1 million. You can qualify for cash, iPads, seminar systems. Got some great seminar systems you can qualify for. A Boss Radio show. I know it's been a popular item, and we have a great opportunity for you to expand your business based on some of these incentives you can qualify for, which will help build more production on the back end. I know we see a lot of people using the seminars. Good way to get in front of more people at one time and not have to do individual meetings. You do a group meeting and then follow that up with, of course, with individual meetings offsite, and a great way to get in front of a number of people at one time. So good way to expand your overall production. We also have our referral program. You refer agents to IMS, you receive a $50 bonus when they get contracted. You'll also receive additional dollars on a quarterly basis based on the production they do right. So if they do write indexed annuities, you get a 20 basis point override. So if you have an individual you refer that does $1 million of production through IMS this year, you'll earn an additional $2,000. So really nice incentive we offer on that side. Good perk you can qualify for. I have agents that call me up all the time asking when these referral checks are going out. They go out every 3 months. So definitely a good chance for it to increase your bank account based on those referrals. We also do marketing reimbursement. Reimburse half of your cost. The way you build up your account is you submit business to IMS. We put in $100 for every $100,000 of indexed annuity premium you write through IMS. And then you also receive additional dollars based on your single premium life and target life premium. And you have a separate account which builds up on a monthly basis. And if you say you do a seminar and you spend, let's just say $5,000 in that seminar, you send us your receipts, we'll go ahead and reimburse you up to $2,500 on that based on your production. So you can call in at any time and get your balance in your marketing reimbursement account, and we'll have that balance available for you within 24 hours. And then you can start submitting your receipts based on that balance, and we'll reimburse you in a very timely fashion. So definitely keep that in mind. Good way for IMS to help with some of your marketing costs. I know costs continue to go up every year, and we do help with those additional costs that you run into. Great back office support team here at IMS. We've got a great service team here. We have a new business department will help you get your case through the channels. I know that with 50-page applications and things tend to be missed and other things do come up along the way. We help you out that whole process. We have a very experienced new business group, and they are assigned to specific carriers. So if you're writing with Equitrust, for instance, you might be speaking with Jen, and Jen would help you with that whole process, get you through that whole program, and be able to get you through that system. If we see problems up front, we'll call you immediately. If the client doesn't have enough assets outside of annuities, or if they have not enough liquid assets, we'll give you a call immediately and kind of go over the app with you and see how we can find the correct information based on that client and see if we can get that business submitted based on that situation. We also have a great contracting department that can help you get through that process. We use a platform called Assurance Bay. You can get licensed with a number of companies at one time. Once we've set you up on Assurance Bay, you can add companies at your leisure, Maybe you run across a company we just picked up, Wichita National, that has very competitive MYGA rates right now. They have a 6.25% rate guaranteed for 5 years, or the highest rate we have in the market. Unfortunately, they are limited on the states they're available in. So definitely give us a call after this meeting. We can verify if they're available in your state. But if you get signed up with Wichita National based on that availability, probably get you hooked up within 24 hours. You can go out and write that case the next day. And the product training is included with the licensing. So once you get your contract through, everything's good to go. And then if you have a situation where maybe a client's bank account is being drafted, they can get that policy issued and get you paid within basically 48 to 72 hours. So very quick turnaround time with Wichita National. Great new company we've picked up, very competitive in their rates, and they do a great job of getting that whole through the system. We also have a very good creative team. I know that they've helped develop our website, the www.imzinc.com. You can access all kinds of tools on our website. We have our term quoting device. You can look up current interest rates on MYGAs. You can look up current interest rates on caps on indexed annuities. It's broken down by carrier. Duration of contract, 14 years down to 3 is the shortest term we have on an indexed annuity. And then the MYGAs, maybe you live in the state of Washington, you've got an 88-year-old looking at investing $100,000. You'll plug that information into our annuity rate watch site, and it's going to pull up the best rates for that client, based on the duration you're looking for. You're looking for a 5-year contract. It's going to go top to bottom, the best rates in that space on an 88-year-old in Washington. So really a good item we have available there on our website. You can utilize that package and really help get you to the bottom line on who has the best rates based on that specific situation. We also have forms available on our site. You can download applications. If you want to get into the eApp system, there's a button you click for that, eApp Solutions, and you go into the Luma-Firelight. You're able to complete that application right on our website. It's going to automatically populate into our CRM, and you're going to have a really smooth process there. Good thing about using e-applications, it automatically uploads the forms you need based on the type of case it is. It won't let you go to the signing section until you've completed the app 100%. So if you're going through the application and you get to about 98% and you can't figure out what you're missing, you can call our new business team. They can pull up the application that you're looking at, immediately direct you to the page you need to finalize, which will get you to 100%. Once you're at 100% on that completion, then you go to the signing process. Your client signs off, you sign off, the application is uploaded to us. We do a review on it, and we forward it immediately to the home office. So it's a very quick turnaround time. It might take us a couple hours to get through that whole process. So they'll get the same day that you actually submit your business. And we use the Luma Firelight combination. And the good thing about using Luma, we can get lists of some of your clients from different carriers. You can take a look at that list. Maybe you have some clients that have come out of surrender, maybe in the last couple of years. It's worthwhile to move to a new location based on higher interest rates, better income opportunities. Just depends what you're looking for. Really a good combination. As I mentioned, we've got a great creative team here that can help you design your own website. They can do social media advertising. They can put together an email blast. They can redesign your business cards. Maybe you want to redo your stationery, come with a different logo. They can help with that entire process, and really a good group of people we have available for you in that space, and they can really help create more activity for you out there with clientele and help you get more people to see. That's the bottom line on what they're trying to create there by using their systems. We also offer a separate side of IMS, our wealth management side of the business. This is for Series 65 individuals, and we have some great platforms for investing for the clients. If you don't currently have a Series 65, it can help you get through that process with the proper study materials and other items, which will help you get through that difficult test that comes up at the end. You have to pass in order to have your Series 65. I know it's not the easiest test out there, but we'll definitely help you get through that process and get you on your way. We have some great individuals on that team also, and we have Duncan Smith. He's been in the securities business for over 30 years. Great experience in this side of the business. He can help you out with the whole process and getting you from A to Z and getting everything through those channels. So definitely rely on Duncan. And I know that we've seen most of our top 30 producers now have their securities license, so they're able to operate on both sides of the business. And we do see a huge increase on the number of individuals that are in that space. We offer our life and annuity academies. This is for individuals that would like to come out to IMES for some training. We've been doing a majority of these trainings in Omaha at our home office. Good chance for you to meet the individuals you work with on a daily basis, be it people in the marketing department or the administrative side, new business team, creative team. You can get in front of all the different individuals you'd like to speak with when you're here. We have a great agenda we go through. We bring in about 15 different presenters, including some of our high-end producers. We do a great roundtable event where you can bounce questions off of them, see what's been working in the field for them, see what they're using to get in front of more clients. A great opportunity for you to expand your business. We always see a really nice increase in production from the attendees post meeting. So you take the information you pick up at our academy, you take it back to your site, and then we always see a nice increase in production from those attendees, and definitely worth your 2.5 days you spend with us. We typically bring it out on a Wednesday afternoon. The meeting would start Wednesday evening, runs all day Thursday, goes till about noon on Friday. We take care of your transportation usually. If you're a producing agent through IMES, we take care of most of your costs. If you're new to IMES, haven't really started producing, there was a small fee involved. So we can get that hammered out based on your interest and move forward with that. I know we do have a meeting coming in October. It's October the 8th through the 10th, and it's going to be here in Omaha. And we do have a good group of people signed up. We probably have 1 or 2 spots left. So if that's something you have some interest in looking at down the road, we can be glad to bring you in. One of these meetings, we do these about once a quarter. We probably won't do our next meeting until April of 2026. We don't like to do meetings when it's bad weather. We get issues with travel. People aren't able to attend. They get stuck in the city, can't get out. So we try to avoid that and try to get these done during the better times of the year for travel. So we do these typically all the way through October. Then we'll start up again in March or April. So once again, we're going to be discussing some of our MYGA programs available out there throughout the United States. We got some great carriers. I know we're still seeing very good rates, best rates we've seen in the last 20, 25 years in the MYGA side of the business. For many years there, the government was holding rates down. A lot of our MYGA rates were in the 3s and maybe up to a 4 every now and then. But right now, we have MYGA rates in the 5s. And as I mentioned, Wichita National has a 6.25 rate right now, guaranteed for 5 years, which is the highest rate we've seen this year. And it's a great opportunity for you to better your client situation. Maybe they have money at a CD at the local bank and they're making 3.5 or 4%. You get them up to a 6% return. You've increased their return by 50% or more, and it's going to really be a benefit to your client. So do they keep that in mind? We'll kind of go over some of these carriers we have and some of the products that they offer, give you some highlights on what they have available out there. So Americo Life right now, they have a 5-year rate at 545 and has a 10% free withdrawal starting in the 2nd year, offers a full death benefit. You have nursing home and hospital confinement waivers available with Americo. As you can see, that 545 rate is a very good rate. Americo is A-rated, so good company, good name, good program there. Nassau Re, one of our carriers we picked up in the last few years. They have a 5-year rate currently at 555 for 100,000, or if you want free withdrawals, the rate's gonna be at 535 on a 5-year rate. On the 7-year with no withdrawals, it's 560. If you want withdrawals, that rate's at 540. If you do have the lower rate and you have withdrawals available, it starts in the 2nd year at 10%. Full death benefit, $10,000 minimum deposit. You have a 30-day window at the end of the 5-year or 7-year term. Otherwise, it automatically renews into another 5-year or 7-year contract. Issue ages on this is up to age 85. Obviously, very good rates with Nassau right now. Very competitive on their side. Farmers Life, another really good company we have, $10,000 minimum deposit, available to age 90, so it does go to a higher age. You do have interest-only free withdrawal starting the 1st year, as you can see by this chart. Their 5-year and 7-year rates are very competitive at 5.6. If you go out to 10 years, their rate's at 565, which is very competitive in that 10-year space. The way I look at it right now, why go a very short term when rates are at 30-year highs? Why not try to make as much as you can for as long as you can? So, anytime you can get a 10-year rate up in the 560 to 6% range, definitely worthwhile right now. So Equitrust, one of our long-term relationships, we do a ton of business with them. The choice for annuity is it's not a MYGA specifically, but it's just a fixed rate annuity. It's a 6-year contract, 6.5% 1st-year interest rate. We have a 5% base rate on that. Years 2 through 6, it should renew at 5. It does have a 3% minimum guarantee on the contract. You have 10% free withdrawals starting in the 2nd year. It's available to age 85. As you can see, the commissions are very high. Up to age 80, it pays 5.5% commission. That's on a 6-year surrender charge, so great combination. For clients older in that 51 to 85 range, or 81 to 85, I should say, that commission's at 4.125. Great combination there. They also have some shorter term rate guarantee contracts. They do pay about the highest comp right now on these 3-year, 5-year, and 10-year contracts. They have a 5-year rate right now that has a 5.5% rate, pays a 3% commission to age 80. Most of the competition right now is paying in that 2.5% range or 2 on 5-year contracts, where they're paying 3. So great combination with Equitrust. We see a lot of business flowing their way. Fidelity and Guarantees kind of backed off their rates lately. They have a 5-year rate at 5, 7-year rate at 5. So we do have other companies that do pay better than that. Their commissions are a little bit low right now, but they are available to age 90. So higher on that side of it. Clear Springs, they have a $100,000 bracket. They also have one below 100,000. They go down to, I believe, $5,000 on qualified money issued to age 90. Their 5-year rate right now is at 530. Slightly higher rates above the 5-year duration, but based on these rates, I would do the 5-year at 530. Commissions with them is 2.5 to age 80. Good combination there. Spida, their hot spots are 5-year, 555, issued to age 90. Commissions full to age 80, and interest only withdrawal starting after 30 days. If you want that, you got to pay 10 basis points for that scenario. If you want 10% in the 2nd year available, it's 20 basis points charge. So if you don't want free withdrawals, that's where these rates are at, 555 for 5 years. Great combination right now. Ibexus has a little bit different type of product. It's a combination MYGA and indexed. You can split your money up any way you want. But right now they have a 5-year with a 5.9 simple interest rate. So you put money in that account, you can make 5.9 on that for 5 years. And then it has a 9% cap. So if you put money in the index side, that's actually a trigger. If the market's up 1%, If it's up 0.5%, your client makes 9. Great combination right now. They have a 3-year, 5-year, and 7-year contract. You can see if you do the 7-year, your client's going to earn 6.1 simple interest rate for 7 years. And if you put the money, part of it in the cap side of it, the index side, your client's going to have a 9% trigger return on that. So very competitive on that contract. We see some good business flowing that way. Full death benefit, issued to age 85 on the 3 and 5-year contracts, issued age 80 on the 7-year. The rates I'm showing are for $100,000 or more. They do go below 100, but the sweet spot right now is 100 and above. Our average case size right now at IAMS is about 125,000. That's more than doubled since I've been here. So there's definitely a lot more money out there right now, and great combination. We also have MYG as a combination of MYGA and additional returns based on indexed returns. We have one through American Life as a 5% base return for 5 years. If the stock market is up 25% or more during the 5 years you're in, total of 25%, your client earns another 9% return, which could get them up to 6.83 on that 5 years. So there's no one else out there right now paying that kind of return. Your minimum return is going to be 5. So that's your floor. And your ceiling would be 6.83 based on this 5-year contract. So very good combination. They do pay commissions of 3% on e-apps. I believe it's a 0.5% lower on paper apps, but good combination with American Life. They also have a 3-year rate guarantee. I believe the rate's at 5.65, and their 5-year right now is at 5.70. As I mentioned, we did introduce a new company this week. It's called Wichita National Life. They have 3-year, 5-year, 7-year, and 10-year contracts. $10,000 minimum deposit. As you can see, the sweet spot is their 5-year. It pays a 6.25% rate, compounded rate for 5 years. That plan is available to age 89. They do have free withdrawals available, but you do have to pay a fee for that. I believe it's right around 20 basis points. So if you have a 5-year client, they want to take withdrawals out, their actual return is going to be right about 6.05. Size of business they'll take is between $10,000 minimum and $1 million max. And if you wanted to get more than $1 million sent in, they did tell us they just approved a case the other day for about $3 million. They do approve larger cases based on a client situation. Of course, the client does have to have other monies elsewhere. And that's the key, is they have to have liquidity also, and you have to make sure they have enough money to get by. But they will look at specific situations and get those issued based on that. I will be calling everyone that was on today's meeting. Appreciate your time today. I'll be going over, some of the highlights of what we covered today. If you have interest in one or more of the carriers we discussed, I'm glad to get that information over to you. If you want to look at a quote on a specific case, I'd be glad to get that handled. I know our MYGA business is kind of leveled off this year. We're seeing more business than ever going into indexed annuities, especially with some of the returns are happening right now with the S&P index, NASDAQ, and Dow. Those strategies are doing quite well. And we're seeing, returns in that 10% range on some of these caps, and some of the, somebody's a par up at 60%. You could possibly see a rate, return above 10. Depends on what the renewal dates are, and when you got in, and what the return was in the S&P since that date. So definitely a great time to be in the market. Highest interest rates we've seen in 30 years. Of course, we are starting to see some little bit of breakdown on those rates. We're probably going to see more rate reductions next 6 months. I know the Fed met yesterday, dropped the rates by 25 basis points. They meet again in October, and they meet again in December. They're talking about another 0.25 point reduction by the end of the year, so we'll see if that plays out or not. Obviously, it depends on other factors, but still in a really good rate environment. Client can make 6% guaranteed for 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. Great combination right now. I mean, even those 10-year contracts, locking in a rate for 10 years, making over 6%, really unheard of. I mean, anytime you can lock in a good rate like that, your client's going to be on a really, really good track. This next 10 years are going to be making 6% plus per year, guaranteed basis. Great combination. Otherwise, appreciate everyone's time today. If you want me to send you some information on Wichita National or any of our other carriers, I'd be glad to do that. Anybody has any questions, you can type those in now. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and, give everyone a call based on today's meeting. Looking forward to speaking with you. Otherwise, everyone have a great end of the week. Enjoy your weekends coming up. Kept this under a half an hour, so I like to do on these webinars. Otherwise, everyone have a great week. And thanks for joining us today on a Thursday morning. We look forward to a very prosperous end of the year in 2025. Bye now.